Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My beloved brothers and sisters, there are moments in life when the heart feels heavy for no clear reason. You are doing what you can, you are trying to stay patient, you are turning to Allah, yet something inside you still feels unsettled. You begin to question quietly, not out of disbelief, but out of exhaustion. You wonder why the struggle continues, why clarity feels distant, and why relief has not arrived yet. I want you to pause for a moment and understand something deeply comforting. Allah is not silent because He has forgotten you, and your struggle is not meaningless just because you cannot see its purpose yet. Very often Allah allows confusion before clarity, pressure before growth, and waiting before understanding, because He is preparing your heart for something greater than you can imagine right now. I have learned that Allah's wisdom often appears later. My beloved brothers and sisters, one thing I have learned through life is that Allah does not always reveal His plan to us immediately. As human beings, when something painful happens, we want to understand it straight away. We want to know why it happened, what we did wrong, and when it will end. Waiting without answers can be very difficult for the heart. But Allah's wisdom works differently. Very often, He allows events to unfold first, and only later does He allow understanding to enter the heart. At the moment of hardship, our vision is limited. We see only the pain in front of us, not the bigger picture that Allah sees so clearly. Look at the life of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him. When he was placed into the well by his own brothers, he did not know that this would one day lead him to a position of honor. When he was sold as a slave and later imprisoned for something he did not do, he could not see how Allah was protecting him and preparing him at the same time. Yet years later, every step made sense. What once felt like loss turned out to be guidance. In the same way, Allah may be taking you through a path that feels confusing and painful right now. You may not understand why certain doors closed or why certain hardships came into your life. But this does not mean Allah is hiding the truth from you. It simply means the timing for understanding has not arrived yet. When the heart is ready, Allah will open your eyes to the wisdom behind what you went through. And when that moment comes, you will realize that not a single step of your journey was wasted. I do not see every struggle as punishment. My beloved brothers and sisters, it is very important for us to correct one common misunderstanding. Not every hardship is a punishment from Allah. Not every struggle means that Allah is unhappy with you or displeased with your faith. Sometimes, when difficulties come one after another, a person begins to blame themselves. They say, maybe Allah is angry with me, maybe I am being punished. This kind of thinking can make the heart feel even heavier. But I want you to understand something clearly. Allah tests those He loves and He refines those He wants to raise. Look at the life of Prophet Ayub, peace be upon him. He was a man of deep faith, gratitude and patience. Yet he was tested with illness, loss and hardship for a very long time. Was this because Allah disliked him? No. It was because Allah wanted to show the world the beauty of patience, trust, and sincere connection with Him. Struggle many times is a sign that Allah is strengthening you. Just like muscles grow only when they are stretched and tested, the heart grows through patience and endurance. If life were always easy, many of us would never turn back to Allah sincerely. Difficulty often brings us closer to Him, softens our hearts, and reminds us of our true dependence on Him. So when you are going through hardship, do not immediately label it as punishment. Ask yourself instead, what is Allah teaching me through this? Because very often, Allah is not breaking you, He is shaping you, preparing you, and lifting you to a level you could not reach through ease alone. I am certain that Allah sees what others do not see. My beloved brothers and sisters, There are struggles in your life that no one knows about except Allah. You smile in front of people, you carry on with your responsibilities, and you try your best not to complain. Yet inside, your heart feels heavy, tired, and sometimes overwhelmed. These are the battles that do not appear on the outside, but they affect you deeply on the inside. I want to remind you of something very comforting. Allah sees everything. He sees the tears you hold back. He sees the nights you lie awake, thinking, worrying, and trying to make sense of what you are going through. He sees the moments when you feel weak, but you still choose to be patient and turn back to Him. Not a single feeling is hidden from Allah. Sometimes the pain hurts even more because people misunderstand you. They may judge your situation without knowing the full story. They may think you are fine because you do not speak about your struggles. But Allah knows your reality better than anyone else. He knows the effort it takes just to keep going. He knows how much strength you are using to remain calm, faithful, and hopeful. Even when you feel alone, you are not abandoned. Allah is closer to you than you realize. He hears the dua you cannot fully express in words. He understands the emotions you struggle to explain, and He records every moment of patience you show, even when no one is watching. So never think your pain is unnoticed or meaningless. When Allah sees something, it matters. And when Allah allows you to endure something, He is already preparing the reward, the relief, and the healing, even if you cannot see it yet. I have come to understand that delays are often protection. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest tests of faith is not hardship itself, but waiting while not understanding why something has not happened yet. Many of us are patient when a difficulty comes suddenly, but we struggle when relief seems delayed. We make dua with sincerity. We raise our hands again and again, and when the answer does not come quickly, the heart begins to feel tired, confused, and sometimes even disappointed. I want you to understand something very important today. A delay from Allah does not mean your dua has been ignored. Allah hears every word you say and every thought you carry in your heart. When Allah delays, it is not because He is unaware of your pain. It is because He is aware of what you cannot see. There are many things we ask Allah for, believing they will bring us happiness, peace, or relief. But Allah, in His infinite knowledge, sees beyond the present moment. He sees how that thing might affect your faith, your character, your relationships, and your future. He knows whether it will draw you closer to Him or slowly pull you away. Because of this, Allah sometimes withholds what we desire, not out of cruelty, but out of mercy. Think back to your own life. How many times did something not work out the way you wanted? And at that moment, it felt painful and unfair. You may have felt broken, confused, or even angry. Yet later, when time passed and Allah revealed the reality of that situation, you realized that being kept away from it was actually a blessing. What once caused you pain eventually became a source of gratitude. Sometimes Allah delays something because your heart is not yet strong enough to carry it. Sometimes He delays because receiving it too early would harm you more than help you. And sometimes Allah delays because He wants to give you something far better than what you are asking for. Something that will bring peace instead of stress, stability instead of anxiety, and closeness to Him instead of distance. Waiting is never easy, but waiting with trust transforms patience into worship. When you continue to turn to Allah despite the delay, when you continue to believe in His wisdom even when you do not understand it, you are growing in ways you may not feel yet. Allah is shaping your heart during the wait. He is teaching you reliance, humility, and deep trust. So when you find yourself waiting longer than you expected, do not allow shaitan to whisper doubt into your heart. Do not assume that Allah has forgotten you. Remind yourself instead that Allah is protecting you, guiding you, and carefully arranging your life with love and wisdom. And when the time is right, not according to your clock, but according to Allah's perfect timing, clarity will come, and your heart will understand why the delay was necessary. I have come to realize that hardship purifies the heart and rewires the mind. My beloved brothers and sisters, hardship does not only affect what is happening around you, it deeply affects what is happening within you. Allah created the human being with a heart and a mind, and both of them are shaped by experience. Ease keeps things comfortable, but struggle changes a person from the inside. From a psychological perspective, when life becomes difficult, the mind is forced to slow down. When everything is going well, the mind is busy with distractions, plans, desires, comparisons, and noise. But when hardship comes, many of those distractions fall away. Suddenly, you begin to think deeply. You reflect. You question your priorities. You become aware of what truly matters. This process is uncomfortable, but it is extremely powerful for growth. Psychologists explain that pain often increases self-awareness. A person becomes more conscious of their thoughts, emotions, and reactions. You start noticing how you respond to stress, how you speak to yourself, and what you rely on when things go wrong. This awareness is the first step toward healing and maturity. Islam encourages this awareness not to make us hopeless, but to guide us back to Allah with honesty and sincerity. Hardship also builds emotional resilience. When you go through something painful and survive it, the mind quietly learns, I can endure more than I thought. Even if you feel weak in the moment, strength is being built underneath. Each test trains your heart and mind to handle future challenges with more patience and stability. This is why people who have struggled deeply often become calmer, wiser, and more compassionate. From a spiritual point of view, hardship has another powerful effect. It softens the heart. When life is easy, the heart can become hard without realizing it. We become confident in ourselves, attached to comfort, and forgetful of our dependence on Allah. But when hardship arrives, the heart naturally turns back to Him. Dua becomes sincere, not rushed. Salah becomes meaningful, not mechanical. Tears flow, and with those tears comes closeness to Allah. Hardship removes arrogance in a way nothing else can. It reminds us that we are not in control, Allah is. And this realization, although painful at first, is incredibly freeing. It takes the burden of control off your shoulders and places it where it belongs, with Allah. Psychology also tells us that difficult experiences often reshape a person's values. People who struggle begin to appreciate small blessings more deeply. They become more empathetic toward others. They learn patience, gratitude, and humility in a way that comfort could never teach. Islam recognizes this transformation and rewards it. Every moment of patience, every effort to remain hopeful, every tear that brings you closer to Allah is recorded. Many people say, I found Allah in my hardest moments. This is not a coincidence. Allah allows hardship because it cleans the heart, realigns the mind, and pulls the servant closer to Him. You may feel broken, but in reality, Allah may be repairing parts of you that were damaged without you even realizing it. So if you are struggling right now, do not see your pain as meaningless. Do not see yourself as weak. Understand that Allah may be healing your heart, strengthening your mind, and preparing you for a future version of yourself that requires this depth, this wisdom, and this patience. The process is painful, yes, but the transformation is real and the reward is far greater than you imagine. Allah is building you for a future you cannot see yet. My beloved brothers and sisters, there are moments in life when the heart feels weighed down, not because one single thing is wrong, but because so many things feel unclear at the same time. You may feel tired without fully understanding why. You may feel pressure even when nothing obvious has changed. And deep inside you may be asking Allah quietly, why am I being tested like this? Why does it feel so heavy? I want you to listen carefully to this. Allah does not burden a heart without knowing exactly what that heart is capable of carrying and what it is being prepared for. Very often, Allah begins working on a person long before the purpose of that work becomes visible. You may only feel the difficulty, but Allah sees the destination. You feel the pressure, but Allah sees the strength being formed beneath it. You feel the confusion, but Allah sees the clarity that will come later. Allah is not reacting to your life. He is designing it with knowledge, wisdom, and care. Sometimes Allah allows you to walk through seasons of struggle, not because you are failing, but because you are being trained. Just like a person is prepared before being given responsibility, Allah prepares the heart before placing it in situations that require patience, wisdom, and emotional strength. If Allah were to give you certain blessings or responsibilities without preparation, they might overwhelm you or even harm you. So He strengthens you first, quietly, gradually, and lovingly. You may look at others and feel that they are moving ahead while you remain stuck. But what you cannot see is that Allah works with each soul differently. Some people move quickly, but they are not built deeply. Others move slowly, but they are being rooted firmly. Allah may be slowing you down because what lies ahead of you requires depth, stability, and strength, not speed. There are lessons Allah teaches only through endurance. He teaches you how to remain calm when answers are delayed. He teaches you how to trust Him when the path is unclear. He teaches you how to keep praying even when the heart feels tired. These lessons are not small. They shape who you become. They protect you later in life when the tests are heavier and the responsibilities are greater. Many times, you do not feel strong while strength is being built. You may still feel afraid, uncertain, or emotionally exhausted. But strength is not the absence of fear. Strength is continuing despite fear. Every time you choose patience over panic, every time you choose trust over doubt, every time you choose to turn back to Allah, instead of giving up, something powerful is forming within you. There will come a day when you face a situation that once would have completely broken you. A situation that would have left you lost, overwhelmed, or hopeless. But this time, you will respond differently. You will find yourself calmer, more grounded, and more trusting of Allah. And in that moment, you will realize that Allah prepared you long before you arrived there. The struggle you once questioned will suddenly make sense. Allah does not rush His servants. He builds them carefully. He strengthens the heart layer by layer, experience by experience. Rushed strength collapses, but built strength lasts. This is why the process feels long. This is why the waiting feels heavy. This is why the lessons repeat. Allah is not delaying you. He is developing you. Even on the days when you feel unproductive, even when you feel like you are only surviving, even when you feel stuck, Allah is still working. Growth does not always look like progress. Sometimes growth looks like endurance. Sometimes growth looks like holding on when you feel like letting go. Sometimes growth looks like staying connected to Allah even when your energy feels low. My beloved brothers and sisters, do not underestimate what Allah is doing in your life right now. He sees potential in you that you cannot yet see in yourself. He knows the strength He is placing inside you. He knows the future that requires this patience, this humility, and this depth of faith. So if your heart feels pressured, remind yourself that Allah is not crushing you. He is shaping you. If your path feels slow, Remind yourself that Allah is not denying you. He is preparing you. And if the journey feels difficult, remind yourself that Allah never wastes effort, patience, or pain. Hold on. Trust Allah's timing. Even when you do not understand it, you are not being burdened, you are being built. And when Allah completes what He is building within you, you will look back and realize that every moment of patience had meaning, every tear had value, and every struggle was guiding you towards something greater than you ever imagined. I hold on to hope because Allah's mercy has no end. My beloved brothers and sisters, there comes a point in struggle where the heart no longer feels sharp pain,